Go potting and all that.
Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
Sideways out my window, nearly unconscious, but I can see. We're all up in the air, in the dark.
It's for people that just wanna dream. This one here is for people that just wanna
behind the switches, analyze the signs of my heart is forever real. You're always jackknife down the line. It's a hard pill to swallow, monster to bear. Wash it all down with alcohol to forget we're even there. Waiting for your ticket, no one rides for free. Let go of all the burdens and behold the master key.
And all that.
Broadcasting live in downtown Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You're logged on and listening to After Hours Radio.
Night is green, spirits high, pinnacle desire. Switches click, comes on quick, a swirling friendly fire. Never ending battle in invisibility. Build the walls, burn the walls, fill the family tree. Fallout is impending, crushing, biting pain. Doesn't stop the yearning to replace the broken chain. Stepping sideways out my window, nearly unconscious, but I can see. We're all up in the air, and in the dark, you the moon behind the clouds and me.
This is After Hours Radio on Dirty Chai Radio. Name's Ryan Quinn. Thanks for joining us here on a Sunday evening. Happy to have you. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. As you can see, I'm joined by the Dirty Chai cat. That's assuming that you're watching the YouTube live stream. If you're listening on DirtyChaiRadio.com, we thank you so much for doing that. Don't forget you can check out the podcast. That's available usually before midnight on Sunday nights, but give it a little processing time. If it's not quite there, it'll for sure be there when you wake up. On Monday. That's the day that comes after Sunday. It's been a long couple weeks here. We had Christmas and we just celebrated New Year's, which this New Year's a lot different than any of the New Year's I've ever participated in. When I was younger, when I was a kid, New Year's consisted of my best friend, who I usually just considered a brother. I met him in '91, and he still hasn't gone away. Okay, so he can be classified as a brother. Spent more nights at my house, I think, in high school than he did at his own house. So he was a brother. But anyway, each New Year's Eve until, I don't even know, man, high school sometime, after high school, maybe when I went off to college, New Year's Eve was spent with him. I remember one New Year's Eve we ended up at his cabin, and it was a mess. It was a mess. We were a mess. We went there for 3 days. New Year's Eve was one of the days. We went there, I think, when New Year's Eve was on a Thursday this year? Yeah. And I think that year it happened to fall on a Friday. So we went out to the cabin on Thursday and had a good time. Drank a lot of beer. And that was kind of all that we did. Had some hot dogs too. But here's the thing. Hot dogs and beer is the only thing we packed for our 3 days at the cabin. Because we were there Thursday, Friday, and we planned on staying Saturday night and then coming back on Sunday. So 3 nights, 4 days. And so Thursday, beer and hot dogs, all we needed. Friday, New Year's Eve, beer and hot dogs, all we needed. Or so we thought. Now, we weren't what you'd call skilled drinkers yet. We weren't, we hadn't had much practice. We didn't know the ways about. So, as it turns out, we ended up needing to go and get, some other food. So we did that. It wasn't too far from where we had been going to get it. I mean, a few miles into town. And we ended up, it's not just because so much time has passed that I don't remember much of that weekend. It's just because I never have really remembered much, if anything, of that weekend. And so that was, I think, one of the first formative, more adult New Year's Eves that I've had. Most New Year's Eves are spent somewhere in a dive bar in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. The dive bar typically shifts. You never know. But sometimes you do know. The Big Smitty's is kind of where I like to hang out. But if I'm feeling a little rowdy, maybe I'll go to Mary's. That's not where you go if you want to get rowdy. You know where you go if you want to get rowdy. So it depends on if my father is out. He's not typically out on New Year's, I don't think. But if he was, we'd be in the Silver Dollar Saloon because that's what you do when you're with Larry James Quinn. This year, though, what a glorious New Year's it was. We sat in the living room, drank. Have you ever heard of this? I had never heard of it, and unfortunately, it's disappearing quicker than we'd like to admit. In fact, we purchased the last 2 bottles, to my knowledge, available in Rice Lake, Wisconsin, called Ancho Reyes, which is spicy and peppery and kind of like Fireball, but not at all like Fireball. You'll like it. You'll like it if you like spicy. You like peppery. You're gonna like Ancho Reyes. But yeah, we got the. You're not gonna ever get to have it because we got the last 2 bottles here at the Dirty Chai Studio. Drank a little bit of that, but knowing that it was going to be, the last of it, we couldn't go too crazy on it. So there was some whiskey involved. And along with that, there was some Fireball involved, and a couple rounds of Cardinal, and some cigars. It was a good time, and we did it. We did it right here in the Dirty Chai Studio. Just 2 people, 3 people, sitting here, socially distanced. And what a weird. There was champagne at midnight, but what a weird New Year's Eve it was. But it felt like a new tradition. It felt like a new tradition. I'm looking forward to New Year's Eves that are very similar to that in the future. So that's I guess a long-winded way to tell you how my New Year's was. You'll have that, I suppose. Coming up a little later on the show tonight, we're going to talk with a rapper named Dee Bomb. Just released a new album. I'm real excited about this. You are absolutely going to love it. A little different than if you know Dee Bomb. This is a little different sound than what you're maybe used to hearing, which is it's an exciting thing. It's not it's something different. No, let's get excited about this. This is exciting, right? Dirty Chai Cat. As you can, yeah. He's excited about it too. So we're going to get him on the horn sometime just after 9 o'clock this evening. We'll touch base with him. Yeah, I can't tell you how long the conversation is going to go. Typically, I like to plan for about 10 minutes, but if you've listened to any of our recent interviews, like with Smokey Smothers or with Emmett James, be prepared for a long-winded interview because that's it seems to be what we've got going on and how we've been doing things. So we'll see what happens. Live radio can't guarantee. Maybe I say the wrong thing and Dee Bomb's just like, you know what? I've had enough of you. Click. I don't think that's gonna happen. No. Dee Bomb wouldn't do that to us. It's gonna be a good conversation too. A lot of really great music from Dee Bomb. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about. Plus, we haven't talked to Dee Bomb in a few years. So there's gonna be some exciting things, I'm sure, to cover. Speaking of people that we haven't talked to in a few years, mark this down. On January 10th, I believe, we'll be talking with Dominic Solis of Solis. We'll have to get clarification before we actually get him on the phone. But Dominic is going to join us on January 10th, and it'll be about 9 p.m., and he's from a band called Madison's, which is out of Austin, Texas, not Madison, Wisconsin. Madison's the band from Austin, Texas. And we've played a few of their songs here on After Hours Radio before. The first time we touched base with Dominic and Madison's was in 2013. So we're going to have a lot to cover in that conversation, and that's coming up here on the 10th. So that's I'm really looking forward to that one. That, again, is on the 10th. We got Dee Bomb tonight just after 9 o'clock. In the meantime, though, we're going to jump back into the music, and this is Loving Caliber, Faster Car, the acoustic version.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spent my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Ooh. troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, I can be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars, I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
Don't forget to stalk us on Facebook and Twitter for exclusive content and information from the artists you love. After Hours Radio, your Sunday night just got better.
In the street I feel all by myself. I'm gonna make it out. I take my guitar and start to sing. I wish I were on the Fiji Islands. So close my eyes, the wind on my face is freezing, freezing. There's no one out, it looks like people is hiding. I stayed up on alert on the radio last evening. Not even a paper boy walking. Between the buildings I get colder and colder. I miss my childhood countryside. With some more money I could buy a ticket and leave the country tonight. So close my eyes, the wind on my face is freezing, freezing. There's no one out, it looks like people is hiding. I stay up on the ledge on the radio last evening. Not even a paper boy walking.
This is After Hours Radio on Dirty Chai Radio. Happy to be with you on a Sunday evening such as this. First show of 2020, and I know I've mentioned that before, but I'm excited about it. It's been a good year so far. You know, now that we're in day number 3 of 2020, I'm feeling good about it. I feel like this year is gonna hold a few better things than perhaps 2020 did. So I was going to say 2021, but I didn't want to be wrong. I have not been wrong yet, so I didn't want to start on the 3rd day of 2021. But anyway, so do you have a New Year's resolution perhaps to